church, why you so mean to me? Yeah, you don't know what you mean to me. And no girl, I ain't friendly. Bring 2 girls over, we can get friendly,
Shorty won't ride with me. Book a flight, come fly with me. She won't spend the night with me.
Yeah, hey, shorty won't ride with me. Shorty won't slide with me. She won't get high with me. No, you wouldn't lie to me. Said she would die for me. Shorty won't ride with me.
All right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the DMPSports Podcast. I am your host, as usual, Michael Rogers. I want to do a little story time to start off this podcast. The year is about 2008, 2009. I would have made me probably 10, 11, 12 at the time. Didn't have a football team. There was a couple teams I like. The earliest memories I have of liking a football team, Minnesota. My favorite color is purple. Back when they had Dante Culpepper, Randy Moss. My old man was a Browns fan. That he always tried to get me to like the Browns. I had a Bills phase for a little bit when I was really young. He took me to a Browns-Bills game. But something happened in 2008. Brett Favre goes to the Jets. Pretty controversial, I guess, but the area of the world that we grew up in, being on the border of PA and New York, a lot of Steelers fans, Eagles fans, but for the most part, mostly Giants fans. Where we're from, a lot of Giants fans, and I remember at that young age of 10, 11, 12, whatnot, of saying, you know what, I don't want to be a Giants fan. I know they're good. I think they had either just won a Super Bowl or might have been their second one. I'm not sure, but no, I don't want to be a Giants fan. Everyone else likes them. It's the same way I approached with baseball. A lot of Yankees fans. I'm a Mets fan. Did the same thing. I said, no. I don't want to root for the team that's popular. I'm going to go with the underdog, the second city team. So yeah, I'm a Madden 2008. Brett Favre was on the team. I said, you know what, from this day forward, I'm going to be a Jets fan, and I'm going to stick with it. My father worked for Associated Press, and I think 2009, I think it was Mark Sanchez's rookie year, maybe his second year, they held their training camp in sunny Cortland, New York, and he took me up there. Had an absolute blast. He was there to take photos. I was just there watching, but had an absolute blast. At the end of one of the practices, I had a New York Mets hat, an all-white New York Mets hat, which is weird, but to take to a Jets camp, try to get it signed by Jets players, having a Mets hat. But it was unique either way. I got a bunch of signatures: Mark Sanchez, DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Braylon Edwards was on the team at the time. I think maybe not. But I said that was a life-changing moment where I said, from this day forward, we're going to be a Jets fan. I've held on ever since. back-to-back AFC Championship games with Mark Sanchez at the helm and Rex Ryan. Loved Rex Ryan. 2010, they were on Hard Knocks, which made me love him even more. Rex Ryan is a savage. Like I said, they had Darrelle Revis. So many other players. Nick Mangold, all-pro lineman. And I really loved the team. And I still do. I think Rex Ryan left in about 2014. They started to fall off a little bit. They bring Todd Bowles in, who's obviously a defensive-minded head coach. I think they go like 10-6 or something his first year. Saw a lot of promise, but after that year, it just went back downhill. We had a Ryan Fitzpatrick era, Josh McCown era, and it just wasn't looking good. But still a fan, as you are, still a fan in defeat. So about 2017 draft, 3 years ago, 3rd pick overall, Jets select Sam Darnold, USC quarterback. Another USC quarterback, Mark Sanchez, was taken 5th overall by the Jets from USC. So they take Sam Darnold over Baker, over Josh Allen. Or not over Baker, but over Josh Allen, over Josh Rosen. I think coming into the draft, too, a lot of people thought Sam Darnold maybe was the worst of the prospects, maybe him and Josh Allen, but they think, he had a higher ceiling. Baker kind of came in. We already knew what he was. He was very accurate, but we kind of knew more what he was compared to Sam Darnold. A lot of people thought maybe that wasn't the right pick. But anyways, I was excited. That was the same draft, too. My father got to see Baker go first, and he was very excited. Sam Darnold's rookie year, first play of his career, first pass he ever threw was a pick six against Lions on a Thursday night game. And I think that kind of set the standard for that organization. It's been awful the past 3 years. But with all this being said, I'm still a fan. I sit there every Sunday, look like an asshole. I put my jersey and my hat on for what? It's really hard. It's been really hard. Still a fan, though. Still a fan. I'll never give up on my team. I'm going to root every Sunday. Win or lose, which they're not doing a whole bunch of winning. Haven't done a whole lot of winning. We got Joe Flacco at the helm. Joe Flacco! Right? And this team... First of all right, before we get a little deeper, let me introduce my co-host. Got Mike Richmond. Cut to him.
Yo, the meat pack.
The meat pack, baby. What's going on? Got that boy Nick Twig in the chat. Say what's up, brother.
Yes, sir.
So, all this high hope as a Jets fan. I love it. But the reality is the situation is that team fucking stinks. That is a hot, steamy clam dump of an organization that is pitiful to watch every Sunday. We were just talking about before we went live, Chase Claypool from the Steelers, wide receiver, has 6 total touchdowns on the season as a rookie. The Jets as a total offense have 6 touchdowns on the season. Mike, if you could pull up that picture of Adam Gase. Pull it up. Let me break this down for people real quick. 2014, he was Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator. They do really good, right? They won the Super Bowl in what, 2015 or was it 2014? Either or. Peyton Manning made him look really good, having this impression that Adam Gase is an offensive genius. Goes to Chicago, was smoking Jay Cutler, quarterback.
Yep.
Pull it up one more time. Let me read those numbers.
Are you sure you want to see it again?
See that. All right. 21st with Jay Cutler. Then he goes to Miami. Offensive coordinator. They say, hey, this guy's 21st in the league as far as the offense goes. Why don't we just give him a shot here at the head coach? Goes to Miami. They actually did pretty good his first year there. Brian Tannehill actually looked pretty good, but then you see 2017-2018 season, they completely fall off. People were writing out Ryan Tannehill. So after the 2018 season, you see at 31st in the league of total offense. The GM and owner of the New York Jets looked at that and say, hey, I think this guy can coach our football team. Let's just give him a shot. Young quarterback. And just decided to give this man a shot. Now, I have a conspiracy, right? I think the GM probably looked at that stat. Hear me out here. This is something. I got a little nugget. What I think's going on, Chris Johnson, the general manager, I think hired Adam Gase to say, hey, we got this boy Trevor Lawrence coming up through Clemson. He's going to be eligible to be drafted 2021. So I'm thinking, hey, maybe they know Adam Gase fucking sucks. Right? I mean, I've been hearing stuff about the only reason Adam Gase keeps getting all those stats you just pulled up, all those teams that he was with was off 1 year where he was offensive coordinator for Peyton Manning, who is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I could have been offensive coordinator for that team. Peyton Manning's going to figure it out. He's calling the plays. Adam Gase doesn't have Nathan to do with Peyton Manning being a success. It's goddamn Peyton Manning. So what I think is going on here as a whole is, hey, let's bring Adam Gase in, fucking tank this ship for a couple of years, stock up on some draft picks and just lose, right? Adam Gase, obviously, because the thing with tanking is if you look at what a team like Jacksonville did and just completely threw away all their good players, get all this draft capital, organizations can be tanking. Players don't tank. And I think that's what people get misconstrued. You're not going to go tell all these grown men who are trying to earn contracts and stay on a team that, hey, we need you to go out there and be bad. You just don't do that. So then what do you do to combat that? You go out and you trade your best players. So then they draft Sam Darnold. They sign Le'Veon Bell. And so the GM before that did draft Darnold, did sign Le'Veon Bell, they fired him. So this current GM has no ties with Sam Darnold or any players that have been brought into that organization in the past couple of years. Adam Gase publicly said when Le'Veon Bell got signed that he doesn't think running backs should be getting paid that much money, and they completely misused him for a year and a half, and you saw what happened. They just cut him. They cut him. Because my thing was, if we were going to cut him, here's the thing. When he got cut, I'm sitting here looking around the league, looking at rosters of, you know who would need a really good dual threat running back out the backfield? The fucking New York Jets. And they cut him. They cut him.
Handle him. I mean, here's my whole take. Adam Gase, the season starts out, this 2020 COVID season. All the announcers, the storyline is the New York Jets have this offensive genius. You're about to see some crazy plays, some stuff you've never seen before. And this man comes out and loses every fucking game. Like,
they have six total
hearing you talk about this conspiracy for Trevor Lawrence, try to tank, get some draft picks. It makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, bro, they're just absolute cheeks. Like,
oh, they're absolute dog shit. Absolute dog shit.
And then to have a weapon like Le'Veon, and I don't know, they literally just used him as a piece to trade because he didn't even fit in the offense when he was there playing. Like, you have that man, he's an absolute
That's what
beast.
I'm saying, just a complete.
And he would get like 4 yards. Like, it just didn't work in that system.
Just didn't work.
So, I mean, it makes sense to get rid of Le'Veon. Him going to Kansas City is an absolute insane move for them. But again, the Jets need a running back.
I know we're doing third and long halfback dives to 37-year-old Frank Gore.
Frank Gore, dude, shout out.
Love Frank Gore, love him, legend. What the fuck are we doing here, though? Like, what are we doing? We've gone through, because the beginning of the season it was, is Sam Darnold the guy or whatnot? We've talked about this with the Eagles and how, listen, Carson Wentz hasn't been playing very good, but what do we defend the Eagles for? We say, listen, he's got no one to throw to. The team's injured. The team's not good. We're not putting any blame on Carson Wentz. And here on the other side with the Jets, people are shitting on Sam Darnold and whatnot and say, listen, I'm a fan of Sam Darnold. I got a Sam Darnold jersey. I like him. I thought he was definitely a raw talent coming out. And the worst place for him to go was the Jets because let's look at Josh Allen. Let's look at Baker Mayfield. In their first 3 years, their organization said, hey, because the new norm in football is you're getting these rookie quarterbacks coming out of the draft that are on these cheap deals. So what do you do when they're on this cheap deal? You go out, you stack the deck, you sign a bunch of players until you have to pay your quarterback, because we're seeing a new era now where guys like Patty Mahomes, guys like Lamar Jackson, who in year 2 are winning MVPs. Patrick Mahomes, year 3 is Super Bowl MVP. So these guys are coming out the gate hot. But I think at the same time, we have to suppress some of that, because that's Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. Some of these guys might take a little longer to go, and has been just a complete mishandling as far as the Jets front office goes, as surrounding Darnold with weapons. You look at the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen has completely passed Sam Darnold. The Buffalo Bills head and Sean McDermott has said, hey, listen, we're still core. We're a running football team, and Sean McDermott's got the defensive side of the ball covered. Josh Allen's a big, tall guy who can use his legs and has a cannon for his arm. Because in his first year and a half, Josh Allen didn't look good either. Did not look good. But we said, you know what? We're just going to go surround this kid with talent, let him work. And that's the complete opposite of what they have done with Sam Darnold. They traded away Jamal Adams, which I had to get over. It's definitely hard to see the best safety in the league get traded. I think they got good stuff back, a couple good draft picks, but we've just completely mishandled the situation. You bring in a guy in like Adam Gase that's going to turn this around supposedly and be this quarterback guru, and it's like we just watched Ryan Tannehill last year go off in Tennessee after he got away from Adam Gase. Look at this Miami team now. When Adam Gase, Devontae Parker, wide receiver for the Dolphins, who was there with Gase, who since he's been gone last year and this year has absolutely flourished.
He's having a breakout year this year.
Absolutely flourished.
Having a great connection with Fitz down there.
As I say all this about Sam Darnold. I love him, but like I just said before, the GM, they're not going to win a football game this year. They're going to
win one, bro. Yeah, they will.
I don't
and it's not going to be because they won the game. It's going to be because the other team lost the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be absolute self-destruction. Yeah. They're going to get one. There's no way.
Well, see, I don't know how long Flacco's still going to be in there. I definitely think Flacco could fuck around and win you a game.
Is Joe Flacco elite?
I doubt it. I really doubt
it. Is Joe Flacco elite? No.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
Arguably. Right? It's just, should he be playing right now? No chance, brother. Sit it down, Joe. 2005 Madden. Joe Flacco, dude, that B route. It's over. Touchdown.
He was in the league that long? 2005?
It's actually crazy. Like, dude's actually out here playing.
Yeah. But so when the draft, the Jets made a couple of draft picks too. Literally at like 9 p.m. after that game Sunday against the Dolphins, they trade away veteran Steve McClendon to I forgot who, but they got a couple picks. Today they just traded away Jordan Willis to the 49ers for a couple picks. So I think they're stocking up on some draft capital. But like I said earlier,
is this a good draft class coming in? Like, are they going to be able to get the pieces they need?
Okay. So yeah, here's what I'm saying. So, like I said, the GM has no ties with Darnold. They're gonna draft Trevor Lawrence, and so, but I've been having internal conversations with myself about, well, if Trevor Lawrence steps in, like, how much better is he gonna make them to start?
They still need pieces.
He's obvious. Trevor Lawrence is obviously a better talent. Dude is right there with Andrew Luck as the greatest college prospect we might have ever seen at the quarterback position. There's just absolutely no way Trevor Lawrence is bad. And I've heard rumors of, if the Jets do get one and Trevor Lawrence knows he's going to go there, he might pull Eli Manning and just say, nope, not fucking doing that. Eli Manning got drafted by the Chargers and just said, nope, get me out of here. We're going to New York or something. I don't think Trevor Lawrence would do that, because on the opposite side of that, they're talking about potential head coaches next year. We're talking about Eric Bieniemy, offensive coordinator for the Chiefs. And I'm sitting here like, well, why in the world would he want to take that job with this dumpster fire of an organization? But then my thing is, hey, if they get Trevor Lawrence, listen, if you win in New York, you're the guy. If you win in New York, you're a king, right? And both the New York football teams stink. But I think the Giants have a much brighter future than the Jets, because at this point, I mean, the Giants at least have some weapons, that some players on the team. You know, I'm a Jets fan. I can barely name you 5 players on that team. So I sit here and say, hey, if we get Trevor Lawrence, and then I think, well, what do we do with Sam Darnold? Look around the league. what would they do with him? I don't know what the value is. I don't think you'd get a first pick. Maybe you could do what Rosen got, maybe a second round, maybe 2 seconds. But then I'm looking at like what teams could possibly need him. And I'm sitting here maybe looking at Steelers. I think what Sam Darnold needs is a situation like Jameis Winston had this year. He needs to go someplace for a year, sit behind a really good quarterback that might make a difference. Go sit behind Big Ben for a year, learn some stuff. Maybe he goes to Indy, sits behind Phillip Rivers for a year. Maybe even comes down, sits under TB12 for a year, learns of things. I don't know. But at the end of the day, I don't know, dude. I want to cry right now.
I don't know. I agree with you. He's got to get out of that situation.
He's got to get out of there.
I think it'd be great if he could find like that mentor quarterback to sit down behind, but I don't necessarily think he's going to want to sit down, but it just might be his reality.
At the end of the day, it's
kind of like
get your ass down, boy. Yeah, like you got some
for sure. He's playing like absolute trash, but
I think he's a good talent. But
again, like I don't know. It's the Jets. I don't blame Sam Darnold. I blame the organization.
I mean, definitely, he's not perfect either. He's fucked up on some throws, made some horrible decisions.
For sure.
But, okay, at the end of the day, I just got to get off of it because I'm gonna get angry. What we got queued up there? All right, Tuesday, little Cowboys Cardinals action. Right, little NFC East with the Cowboys, and they let the world's tallest little person run train on him. You're talking about all 4'11" Kyler Murray just flying around the field out there on him. Cowboys fucking stink, dude. And as a Jets fan, just a fan of football in general, it's pretty nice to see the Cowboys be ass because their fans are insufferable. Same with Giants fans too, I think, dude. It's like when they're winning, they're loud and whatnot, and then when they're losing, they're quiet. I know plenty of Dallas fans right now that aren't saying anything because they stink. But that might be the worst division in football ever.
It's not even really close at this point, I don't think.
Yeah, NFC East is absolutely trash this year. Just going back to what you were saying about the Cowboys, it is great to see them lose. I can't help but blame it on, Dak not being in the game. But, I mean, they got a pretty –
Red Rifle, boy.
They got a pretty reliable backup in Andy Dalton. I mean, he's not going to be a star like Dak was. He doesn't have the deep ball with that nice touch like Dak does. But Andy Dalton's going to get the job done. But it all comes back around to this Cowboys defense that is not getting the job done week after week. They're not going to win. They're just getting scored on too much.
Dude, yeah, their defense.
You got Kyler Murray out here just running on these fools. It was insane. He put on an absolute clinic. I don't think they even scored in the first quarter. Sorry if they did. It was right at the end. And then they had 21 points for the half ended. They just absolutely popped off.
Is the world's tallest little person, dude.
When he's running, dude, he looks like a toddler that just learned how to run.
Dude, like
got
he
a
just
case
like
of the zoomies.
Ever seen the videos where like a baby like steal their mom's phone, dude, and they just like run away, bro? Like, that's what he looks like out there, dude. He's like junior football quarterback, bro. Like, he looks like he'd be starting for elementary or something, do flag football, bro. But I mean, I think I like me some Kyler Murray. I think
back to this NFC East though. Looking at the ticker, look at these stats. This is crazy. This is a division where you win 4 games, you're probably gonna win the whole thing. Playoff berth, first seed, like absolutely crazy.
The win of the division legitimately might go 6-10 and get a playoff.
Who are we predicting that's going to pull out of that? Because listen, I definitely think it's between the Eagles and the Cowboys. I just think the Eagles' upcoming schedule, I just think the Cowboys have a better chance of maybe sneaking out of that better. Because for right now, bro, the Eagles, that team can't stay healthy, dude. I just don't see them winning games. We saw that game against Baltimore. Carson Wentz played really, really good, dude, but you just can't get it done.
The game was a lot closer than it ever should have been. I didn't get to watch a lot of it because I was working, but I did not expect it to be 30 to 28 at the end of the game.
Yeah, it was a good game. It was a good game.
Do you keep Carson in the whole game? Or are you going to give Jalen Hurts a whole quarter this next game?
I think as the season dwindles down, I think he gets a lot more snaps.
If Eagles lose 2 more games in a row, you got to give Jalen Hurts a chance.
I agree. In my opinion, I think they should be using him like a Taysom Hill over in New Orleans.
I do think he gets a lot more snaps as like gadget plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. They just got to start to develop them. I mean, they got to use them, and especially when it's not working. Like, there's been games this season. Carson throws 2 interceptions, and then comes right back out on first down next drive. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like that as an Eagles fan.
What the fuck did you draft him for? Second round. What did you draft him for if you're not going to use him?
Jalen Hurts? No, I agree with you.
Because that's either for me, you're going to use him as a gadget player, Taysom Hill, or that just shows me the biggest sign that this organization just doesn't believe Carson Wentz can either A, stay on the field, or he's the one that's going to be able to get it done for him. I've told you guys plenty of times, I think the Eagles need to blow that sucker down, bro. Wipe it. All them contracts off the book. Say what you want. I know Fletcher Cox is that guy, franchise player, but you get couple first-round picks for him probably at this point, dude. I think just shut it down. They're not going to be any good, especially now that we see how bad the Giants and the Redskins are. It's like those teams aren't going to be good for a couple years either, so I don't think you're going to be missing out on a lot if the Eagles say, hey, we're going to kind of just hit the reset button here. I like Carson Wentz, and like you guys know, just – from what I said earlier, because where we're from in the world, you guys being Eagles fans, I do root for the Eagles. We're from Pennsylvania, and so it's good to see a team from that state be good. When they won the championship, that was exciting, but it's kind of like, I think you just need to shut that thing down. Every time Carson Wentz gets tackled, I feel like he's going to snap his leg in half or something, dude.
I think a big problem in Philly right now is they still have that championship mentality, but they really don't have the pieces to really even compete at this point.
All the players that were on that team
line, the wide receiver core is just brutal. Deshaun Jackson this year pretty much just came in for a snap, didn't get the ball, and was like, my ankle hurts. Talk to you guys later.
My ankle.
Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's we had Jalen Reagor in there. It was awesome. He had that one huge reception
one
in his
huge
game.
Pass goes
and
on
then
the IR.
injured IR, dude. And he's a legitimate threat. I like Reagor, but what's he gonna do not in the game? I don't know. Hightower, dude, not getting it done. We've been seeing Fulgham.
Fantasy god
has been stepping up.
When your number one receiver is Travis Fulgham, that's clearly an issue. Like, you can't have that. You can't win games and have that.
Best part of waking up is a little Fulgham fucking whatever.
Nah, I don't know. It's just tough. And Philly's got a big problem on their O-line too.
Yeah,
they can't stay healthy.
Over a third string tight end out there this week too.
And
Richard
we've
Rodgers in the chat.
We've talked about this for like 2 years now. It's like, from like a Madden standpoint, I guess, like the Cowboys and the Eagles on paper, dude, are like, that's some straight all-star city, dude. Like, you got the best 2 teams probably on paper, dude, and it's like you can't.
Even without Dak, the Cowboys should be winning games with that offense.
With that off, you know what I'm
receiving
saying?
core, yeah, it's
best
crazy.
receiving core, arguably.
Yeah,
like, I mean, it's crazy. The names
CeeDee
they
Lamb's
got.
going to be a freak here in a couple of years.
I think they need to get rid of one of them. Gallup,
and if they do, it's Amari Cooper. I think Amari Cooper's out.
They need a safety or a corner.
I think it definitely need Michael Gallup, if anyone.
I see Gallup. I could see Gallup. I mean, listen, you have Amari Cooper as a 1, CD as a 2. You got Cedric Wilson as a 3. Get one of them out of here, dude. You guys need help as safety, corner, something, dude. It's just not happening. To watch Kyler Murray Monday night just run around the field on them boys. Picking them apart, dude. And it's kind of like, to think that a team's going to win that division and get a home playoff game at like a 6-10 record is insane to me.
That makes me sick to think about.
I mean, with the whole NFC East, it's like, it's really going to come down to the divisional games. Like this Thursday night, we got Eagles at the Giants. That's an important game because any of these 4 teams, when they play someone out of the division, they're going to lose. Like, it doesn't matter. Washington, Giants, Birds, and Cowboys, like, they're going to lose. It's just going to come down to these divisional games. Like, we're in a situation here. A team could potentially be the first round seed going under 500. Yeah, like, that's unreal.
That is not out of the question.
Insane, bro.
Like, they're all just trash. Like, it's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch, dude. It's so hard to watch.
Oh man,
I don't know, bro.
What are you thinking on AFC side?
Yeah, so that's what we wanted to talk about here. So we said on the last show that we didn't see anyone getting past the Chiefs really, and I mean they looked good Monday against the Bills, which is crazy too. Just a quick thing is that you can tell we're definitely starting to get in the football season, bro. We're starting to get some of them shitty weather games, dude. That's what I'm talking about. It's that time of the year, dude. Let's get rainy. Let's get snowy. Yeah, Buffalo's insane.
Some gritty football right there.
There's some gritty football right there. And then we said, I don't think anyone's getting past the AFC. But, man, I watched that Steelers-Browns game the other day, and they made Baker look like a damn high school quarterback, dude. Like
Minka Fitzpatrick.
That defense is legit, dude. That
That front seven is disgusting.
Disgusting, dude. You got, TJ Watt out there flying around. It's – I don't know. And then I'm trying to look between the matchup of them and KC, because at this point, the only way you're beating Kansas City, as good as your defense can be, it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a shootout every time. So that's the only reason I say I'm maybe not. I don't think Big Ben is going to win a shootout with Patty Mahomes. But that defense is absolutely incredible. And I really about the Browns for a second. They've looked really bad against the good teams. They got spanked in the first week by Baltimore and spanked in Sunday by the Steelers. And I mean, I see the Browns maybe doing a little 9-7 or something, but they're not better than Baltimore or the Steelers. And I don't think they will be. I think Baker's is becoming the problem on that team. I just don't see him. I haven't seen any growth from Baker. I like the coach they have, Stefanski there, but I think when you have Odell, Jarvis, you just look at they have. You could put that offense right next up to the Chiefs, dude, and like pound for pound, you got Nick Chubb and Hunt and
the Browns
Jarvis.
are one of those teams you talk about on paper teams. Like you look at the roster, you're like, holy shit!
Like that's a Madden head-to-head team, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, I agree with you. I don't actually think Baker's doing that terrible, but I don't think he's elite. I don't think Baker is solely going to push that team through. But I mean, he's great at handing the ball off. I mean, that's not going to do. He's turning
right.
Like you got Kareem Hunt,
Nick Chubb back there.
Like,
you better be proud.
It's not an issue.
Get that grip down,
and they'll just let OBJ and Landry throw the touchdowns, bro.
Jarvis Landry and Odell are a better QB wide receiver combo than Baker and Odell, dude. They can't find Baker just can't find Odell for some reason.
No, it's really weird they don't have that connection. I think it was last week or the week before we really saw a pop out game from Odell, like his signature Browns game is what they were calling it. But
I know,
it's just ever since he left the Giants, Odell was that problem player. But he's such a talent. He's, it's just you got to figure out how to use it.
I know they've just been shitting on him but yeah, I want to see where that goes because I know that's how he gets down. But yeah, Steelers. I like the Steelers. The other team I want to talk about was the Titans, and old bully ball King Henry there, dude. You might as well be handing the ball off to Brock Lesnar, dude. Like this dude's 6'4", 240, bro, just blowing over people, dude. You should not be allowed to be that big, that strong, and that fast, dude. That's absolutely insane. My only problem with the Titans is, I mean, for Vrabel being a defensive head coach, I don't think that's an elite defense. And then, there was a lot of talk about Ryan Tannehill of like, is he that dude? And like, so I think, yeah. I mean,
I think in the really Titans situation in their games, what they got going on, it fits perfect. What do you think about that, Swig?
Yeah, I tend to agree. Yeah, I think if Ryan Tannehill plays well, I think they can go pretty far in the playoffs. I think they're probably one of the 4 front runners in that division with the Steelers, Chiefs, and Ravens.
What do we see as some potential playoff matches here? Maybe as far as the AFC goes, because I mean, like we were talking about the Bills. I definitely think the Bills. I think that's a 10-6 football team. I don't see them getting out of the playoffs. I think they would lose their first play. I just don't think they're ready just yet. I think that's going to be an even better team next year. I just think this year, like I said, really, really good football team. Just don't think they're better than the Titans or Steelers. I don't know. What do you see there, Twig? I don't know.
I don't know. It's hard to say yet. With it being the midway point in the season, I just think Ravens or Chiefs are still the top 2 dogs. I don't really see anybody beating them. So
that's where I got to see when we get a Steelers-Ravens game, because I think that might be a tipping point. Because I mean, we still got a lot of football left. That might be the tipping point to say who Kansas City can see. But like I don't know. I don't know, because I mean, maybe Phillip Rivers figures some shit out down there in Indy.
I don't know about
know,
all that.
This
Indy
dude,
got defense figured out though.
this dude's out here. Phillip Rivers for you real quick. You know what I'm saying, dude? That dude's throwing a fucking basketball out there, dude.
He's
Like,
got to put some bread on the table for his
and he's
7
like
kids.
grunting. Every dude's making an 8-yard throws, bro. Like it's the hardest thing in the world, dude.
He's an old man. I mean, how many years has he been in the league now?
Like 16. He's only like 37 though.
I mean, yeah, his internal clock is like 40 years older, though.
Hey, it's gonna be hard to tell him not to play or step away, bro. He's got like 18 kids.
Like, I know he's a millionaire, but he's got a lot of kids, bro. 18 and counting, bro. Like,
dude's throwing balls around on the field and in the bedroom, dude. He's just making it happen, bro. Like, he's just making it happen, bro. But he's just got to make that money.
I like his fit in Indy, though. I like him there.
But see, my thing with the Indy is then, like, so what do we do with Jacoby Brissett? Because last year they extended him for 2 years, and then but there's so many talks about if Rivers goes, then like what's the next move? I thought this year for sure they were just going to hand it over to Jacoby Brissett and be like, hey, here you go, this is your team. I didn't see necessarily the point. I didn't see how Phillip Rivers is going to potentially win you more games than Jacoby Brissett, but because the Colts, I think the Colts are they have an elite offensive line. They have some very good players on defense. Darius Leonard, offensive or defensive rookie of the year last year. And it's like, I just don't think you're going to win anything crazy with Phillip Rivers. I just don't think he gets it done. He's proven in his career, his whole career, he's had some really good teams with the Chargers. And it's like I don't even know if they got to a championship game. Maybe I'm wrong, but
maybe one or two. I have to look that up. I'm not sure.
Phillip Rivers, though, Hall of Famer.
Gotta be,
right? Definitely over Flacco. I mean, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I don't know, the AFC, and then I know we don't have this in the thing, but talk about this Bucks Green Bay game real quick, dude. Like I was completely wrong on that. I did not see that happening. Aaron Rodgers throwing 2 picks, dude. Tom Brady kind of coming in there. That defense is legit, bro. That Tampa Bay defense is nasty. And
I definitely did not expect it to play out like that.
Like Aaron Rodgers is slinging too. He kind of did the Hingle 2-pump, 3-pump chump, dude. Aaron Rodgers, Hingle McCringleberry, dude. Love to see that, but yeah.
Going into that game, I thought it was going to be an absolute shootout. I thought that was going to be like 70-point total game, but it was crazy. You really just saw like the mentality side of the sport. Like Aaron Rodgers was really in his own head. He came out that first drive, wasn't really playing that hot, got 2 picks under his belt. It was just a wrap from there, dude. They just couldn't figure it out.
Tampa Bay playoff team?
Tampa Bay is a playoff team. I think they might be, dude. They're starting to turn it around here.
I don't know, man. I've said all along.
I got to look at that schedule, bro. If they win the division, there's no way. I don't think they don't win the division. I think Drew Brees' arm falls off before the end of the season. Like it has to be a playoff team. Because Brady and Gronk getting a little back together, bro. They had a little synergy, a little bit
nice to
of
see.
2014 Brady Gronk action going, bro. Like, cool to see Gronk be spiking that thing again, dude. You want to talk about some damn scrambled egg brain, dude? Jesus. Ever saw an interview with Gronk? Dude.
That's hard to watch.
Hard to watch, brother. I love it though. I currently live in Tampa, so I'm rooting for the Bucks. It'd just be cool to see them get there. What else we got here? As far as football wise, I mean, what do you guys got? Give me some stuff.
Football wise, let's wrap it up. Let's move on here. This weekend, Saturday, we have a huge event. We have UFC 254.
84, baby. Talk about it.
This fight is going to be absolutely insane. The main card, kind of bunch of bums, not going to lie. Not really looking forward to any other fight here. Who else you got? What are you trying to see?
Bro, what are you talking about? We got Robert Whittaker in the cut, bro.
Robert Whittaker, bro. I'm talking about Habib Nurmagomedov.
Oh, Robert Whittaker champion. What are you talking about?
Let's talk now. Are you kidding me? It's going to be insane. So wait, I was watching today.
That's
I was
crazy. No,
watching
no,
all
no,
the
no,
press
no, 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 no,
conference.
no, no,
It
no,
was
no, no,
great.
no, no, no,
It's
no,
going
no,
to
no,
be
no,
a
no,
good
no,
matchup.
no. You're not gonna say that, bro, and we're gonna pass over that. You just said a bunch of bums on this card, bro. I'm not letting that fly. What are you talking about, bro? We got Volkov versus
The
Harris,
big pick of
or
Will Harris.
what are you talking
Nah,
about?
I'm not
We got
about
my
it.
boy Stefan Struve on the card, bro. Oh, 7-foot ball Stefan Struve, bro, who I thought a couple years ago had potential to be the greatest fighter of all time, dude. If you're 7 foot, dude, you're out here just fucking BAM! Dude, you kick somebody in the head, bro. They don't even see what happened, bro. And like that dude sucks low key, but it's gonna be cool. I'm a big fan of Stefan Struve, but I love that card, bro. That main event, I'm gonna watch the whole damn thing, bro. I like the whole card the whole way down.
Word. Well, okay, so let's get into that main fight then. Who do you how do you see that going? It's obviously Habib's game
So
plan
you
is to
take
get
two
on.
rounds.
He's trying to get on there, but Justin Gaethje is an all-pro wrestler. But
Yeah,
does
he is.
he? It's really going to come down to the endurance. Is he going to be able to keep up with?
So that's the thing. That's the thing with Khabib is
That's an unmatched pace that you really have not
does
seen
get
anywhere else.
stuffed a lot. So the thing with Khabib is every time he shoots, he does get stuffed a lot in fights. But what makes Khabib so dominant is he's just going to keep going for it, and eventually the other fighters just going to break. And I get, yeah, like Gaethje is an all-pro wrestler, but we've seen a transition in his past 3-4 fights of him being a very, very good striker. Which, I mean, Khabib's got a nice jab, but Khabib's not really knocking anybody out. I know in that Conor fight, he landed a nice punch on him, staggered him a little bit, but Khabib doesn't have that knockout power. So, I mean, he definitely doesn't want to stand with Gaethje. Gaethje's come out and said his whole game plan is, I'm going to stand in the middle of the ring and make it happen. But I don't know. Twig, you talk about it before I make, because I'm going to make a crazy prediction. So you get in there.
Yeah. I mean, Khabib is 27-0 for a reason. He's gonna take him. He's gonna take him to deep waters. He's gonna just tire him out. He's gonna get there. He's probably gonna. It's probably gonna be like a rate round stoppage. I'd say like 4 or 5. He's probably gonna submit him. I would say.
Think so?
I think Gaethje might land some good strikes. But
We have a line on that. What is it saying? What are they saying?
Khabib is like a minus 340 favorite right now. I think Gaethje's is +2 something. I'm not sure. But
That's a little bit cha-ching. I'm gonna sound fucking crazy right here, but I say 3rd round stoppage for Gaethje.
Stoppage.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I don't know
TKO?
about
Gaethje TKO.
I don't know. I think if Gaethje gets the W, it's gonna happen rounds 1 through 3. I think if the fight goes to 4 and 5, Khabib has been there too many times.
Khabib's just gonna wear and tear.
He's not going to be able to last that long, no matter what
I think
you think.
Gaethje's 2 times he's been. I think he's only ever seen the scorecards twice. And I think both times he has lost if he has gone the distance.
But Gaethje's came out in the press conference today. He's talking about his whole game plan is just inflict damage, and obviously that's what you have to do against Khabib. You gotta slow him down one way or the other. But
he's got some beautiful leg
know.
kicks too. I do think that slows could be done a little bit.
Hey, that behind the calf kick, bro. New meta, son. New meta.
Yeah.
Watching dudes legs get ripped apart out there. I don't know. I'm really excited to see the card, dude. You talking crazy talking about the rest of them fights as bums, bro. I think
I'm just so hyped for that main event
as well.
What'd you say, Twiggy?
I said I like that Whitaker fight quite a bit as well.
I think Whitaker loses though.
Who are you taking in that?
I do too. I think Cannonier starches them pretty early. And Whitaker's past 4 fights, he's gotten knocked down in each fight. And every fight Cannonier's fought in middleweight, he's gotten a TKO.
He's a beast at middleweight, dude.
Yeah, I like that quite a bit.
Well, see, that's my thing. I know how good Whitaker is, dude, but it seems like every fight I go against him. I still, to this day, there's 2 fights I've seen in my life that you'll never convince me were the other way around. I think Romero won the second fight.
Yeah, that was a robbery.
Yeah.
And I still Shevchenko Nunes too. Shevchenko won, dude. Shevchenko's like top 3 fighters for me ever, bro.
I think you're tripping on that.
I think she won it. We could watch that fight right now, dude. I think she won. But
I think Holloway definitely won that second Volkanovski fight.
Oh, how did you
want
not
to talk about a robbery, bro?
This is when this kid was at my house, bro. He didn't even watch the fight. He got so hyped. He was coming down here to Florida. He's like, hey, we made it happen. I'll be there for the fight, dude. Before the fight even starts, bro, I turn around, this kid's slumped, dude. So at the end of the fight, dude, I get up, go outside. I just take a breather. I'm not even looking at the TV because I thought there's no way Max did not win that. And then I turn back and they're raising what's his nuts hand. And I'm like, no way. But then I'm sitting here like, would they run it back though? He lost twice. I don't think there's. I think Holly had to give Holly another shot.
Fight with him losing twice. He's got to get at least another win. I think.
Who would he fight? I don't know. A potential.
I think it's definitely Ortega Volkanovski next.
Yeah, that was sad, man. I love Korean Zombie, but Brian Ortega's a beast.
He's an animal.
I love me some Chang Sun Jun. Dude's a straight Mortal Kombat character, dude. But that one was rough to see. I'm trying to think. I don't know.
He was gnarly.
Huh?
Did you see that spinning elbow?
Yeah, dude, ate it right on the shitter, dude. God, that should have had me out for months.
He said in the post fight interview, he didn't even remember the last 3 rounds. He was just on like autopilot.
Yeah, dude. Bell ring. Dude's asking where's dinner. I don't know. What else? Yeah, Khabib Gaethje.
Oh wait, okay. If Khabib wins this fight, how is he not arguably the best pound for pound fighter? Who else? Who else
no
is
one
in that
better.
argument?
Right now, yeah, we're talking all time. I don't know about all that. He's definitely up there.
You think it's better than
how
John
does
Jones pound?
Pound for pound better
Khabib?
than John Jones, dude?
No, it's
Nah.
not even close.
Are you talking
You're right.
about, bro? That's not even close.
I mean, it's tough.
John Jones.
Yeah. I mean, only the wrestling. That's it.
If you look at the quality of opponents John Jones to beat versus
That's why I told
Khabib,
you last night, I'm telling you. Compare them. Like, John Jones' list
it's
of
not
people
close.
he's beaten is insane, bro. That 205 division is I would say you probably get the most notable names in that division, and John Jones has just ran through it all. But
Just has the ability to win.
Khabib's definitely would be up there. I mean, I think he already is. I mean, to be 27-0 and to absolutely just dominate your opponents, I mean, he's definitely in that conversation. Definitely, if he does win, I think they, as of like right now, pound for pound in the UFC, like right now, until John Jones fights again, or I mean, Stipe. I mean, Stipe. Well, you know, you could argue just because it's the heavyweight division and how many defenses he has at heavyweight. Stipe could be. I want to get a list of that. They do rankings of that, the pound for pounds, because I think they do rank it. I think they say Nunes is number 1.
That's not even crazy to say.
I was gonna say,
It's
I'm not mad at that.
Not a hot take.
She deserves that for sure. I don't know, because then this just opens up the door. Like if Khabib does lose, they obviously would have to run it back.
Without a doubt, yeah, automatic rematch.
Dude, I just as a fan, I just want to see Khabib and Tony, bro.
That's all I want to see.
Like, how have we not?
I've been robbed of that fight like 5 times.
I know, and they're gonna get to a point
Yeah.
where it's just like it's too late. We just don't care anymore.
It's sad.
It's sad, and like I said, I hope the Conor and Dustin happens. I don't know. Like I said, I'd like to see Conor and Tony.
That'd be a good fight
to see
too.
that.
But I don't know who.
I'd like to see Tony and Dustin.
I think you could make Tony and Dustin work more, or would make more sense than Tony or Conor and Dustin. You know what I mean?
I kind of do too, since they've already fought at 145.
Already fought at 145 and he starched them. I mean, obviously they're 2 different fighters. That was like 6 years ago, but UFC is such a weird game, dude, because it's like when they got bought out by that company, it's like we as fans of the sport, you want to see the guys. There's obviously a reason that there's rankings. You obviously want to see that implemented for the reason that it's there, but at the same time, it's like I'm sitting over here marching or like protesting for a Conor Masvidal fight because, like, as a fan entertainment standpoint, that might be one of the greatest things we've ever seen. But the fact that we never got to see a Tony Khabib, dude, just sucks. That had potential to be one of the probably best fights we've ever seen. And I don't know, this Gaethje fight, that's going to be absolutely insane. That's good. That's going to be. Dude, what if he just starches Khabib, dude?
I just don't see where that happens ever. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I can't. In my head, I can't picture it.
All right, so give me a round and how's it end? Oh, no, I think you already said it, but
Khabib 4th round submission.
Say him right now, so we're locked in. We'll have video.
I think it goes to decision. I think Khabib wins by decision.
I got Gaethje 3rd round TKO.
Okay.
I'm gonna be the crazy one.
We'll see. Yeah, that's definitely. You're plus 200 or whatever.
I'll send it. I don't care.
3rd round. I don't know. I'll give that to you, bro. He gets the TKO. He's just gonna have to slip him one.
But that's what I'm saying. I think he can. I think he could hit him on the button, dude.
But I also think I don't think Khabib's chin has really ever been tested. Like he's gonna be able to take some punches. Like if Gaethje gets in there and starts doing some damage like he intends to, great. But like,
well, see, that's why I got
Whittaker. Be able to take it.
He's only been ever rocked once. That was about Michael Johnson in one of his first fights in the UFC. And after that, he went out there and dominated him.
It's like, how many rounds has this guy lost?
Last time Michael Johnson.
He's lost out of every round he's ever fought, and he's lost 1 round.
That's insane.
Like,
that's what I'm saying, bro. He's just gonna grapple the shit out of you, dude, and just
unreal.
Titter tatter points.
Yeah.
But like we were just saying with the chin, like that's why I think Whittaker loses though, because we saw him get dropped against Darren Till, who I like Darren Till more going into that fight, but I think he fucked up his leg or something. But yeah, I mean,
well, it's just these older fighters. You see him get older. Like Cowboy's another great example. It's just they're great fighters, fan favorites. Everyone loves them, but the older they get, they just can't take the hits.
I agree. Should be good. Saturday, 2 p.m. Yeah, we'll be there. That'll be fun to watch. We got anything else to talk about, boys? You got any little nuggets, any little things you want to chime in? We got some World Series action going on, Twig. What do you think?
I think Kershaw is finally over the hump in the playoffs. He looked amazing last night.
Looked amazing, dude. Absolute ace. I think that went. I think at this point, I don't see the Rays. I just think this is the Dodgers' time, dude. They've been there 3 out of 4 years. I think this is their time to finally bring one home.
The Dodgers lineup is so stacked too. It's just
stacked, dude.
In a 7-game series, it's hard to win against
Real quick question before we wrap up. Who are you going to build around? You get Mookie or Trout?
That is a tough question.
Because I know we got a Sox fan here, so what do you think? I mean, Trout's not based to be like the greatest baseball player.
The greatest of all.
But
I think as a two-way player, Mookie might be a little better defensively. But
I
just as a straight-up talent, you probably got to go Trout regardless.
Trout's insane, bro. But all right, well, we get definitely more into the World Series as that progresses. We'll find some spots maybe next show to talk about that a little more. But I think we're good on that. I think it's time to wrap this sucker up. Good show, a lot of good stuff we talked about. Should be coming live at you again, possibly Friday. Might have it pushed back a little bit, maybe do a 9:00 start compared to an 8. But yeah, that is. Hold on, let's all get one in. The Meat Pack Sports Podcast, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hit me with one, baby.
Meat Pack.
Get in there, Twig.
Yeah, you're not catching me doing that.
All right.
Peace.